you know what the minimum requirements are for a brand? A strong mission statement and a set of values, a unique brand personality, and finally, a set of rigorous brand guidelines. However, if you're going to invest all this time in your brand, you need to make sure the effort is worth it. Marketers use a term called brand equity to describe the value of having a well-known brand name. And while some organizations, such as Interbrand, will publish yearly rankings of the most valuable brands, this doesn't accurately represent small businesses and insurance agencies like the one you run. However, there are best practices that we can leverage from these top brands that can help your agency develop a closer relationship with its customers. In this video, we'll discuss the 4 characteristics that make up an effective brand. In particular, you'll answer the following questions. How do I leverage knowledge of my audience to build a better brand? How can I make my brand more unique? How do I convey my brand's passion? We'll look at these characteristics from the lens of a different brand, including an insurance agency, to see if we can determine what makes the perfect brand. Before we dig into actual brand examples, let's first look at the 4 characteristics of effective brands. A good brand is aligned to its target audience. Your audience is comprised of 2 groups: prospects, also known as potential customers, and existing customers. The better you are at understanding your target audience, the better chance you have at creating a satisfying experience. Your goal should be to make your audience feel like they've known your brand for a long time, like your brand is creating content just for them. You can use this set of reflection questions to gauge how aligned your brand is to your target audience. Do you speak your audience's language? Are you formal, candid, or supportive? Maybe your audience prefers an authoritative tone. Are you meeting them on the channels they frequent? Do they prefer email, social media, or the phone? Do you use imagery that resonates with them? Do they see photos of people that look like them? The bottom line is that every aspect of your brand and business should be informed by your target audience and their behaviors. The second characteristic of an effective brand is uniqueness. As we discussed in the previous video, your brand needs to have a competitive advantage. It needs to stick out from the brands of other insurance agencies. Your agency should be known for doing business a certain way or providing a specific value. Remember the 3 C's. Your business should compete on cost, convenience, or customer service. You can use this set of reflection questions to better understand your brand's competitive advantage. How are you different from other competitors? What is the most memorable thing about your agency? What makes your company special? Can you compete on cost, convenience, or customer service? The third characteristic of an effective brand is all about displaying passion. People are most comfortable and familiar dealing with people, not businesses. They'll be looking for the human element of your agency. They'll also want to know how you can help them. Think about these questions as you make efforts to display more passion in your brand. Is the value proposition of my agency clear? Do prospects know how the products might help them? Do I make people feel excited about referring my business? And finally, a good brand needs consistency. This should be self-explanatory, but in general, you want to create an experience that's the same across customers, experiences, and time. Having this consistency helps to strengthen your brand's promise and makes customers more likely to continue business with you, and even refer your business to other people. You can use this set of reflection questions to self-assess the consistency of your brand. Do I communicate with customers the same way across all platforms? Do some customers have better experiences than others? How can I guarantee the same product experience every time? Now that we have our 4 criteria for developing an effective brand, let's apply what we've learned to a few well-known brands so we can see how companies execute in practice. First, let's look at a big brand such as McDonald's. When you heard the name McDonald's, what did you think of? I'm going to guess you have an image of the Golden Arches in mind. They do a good job of including that logo in commercials, on menu items, and in their advertising. When it comes to audience knowledge, they really focus on understanding and supporting their different customers. For example, they have kid offerings that are cheap enough for parents, appeals to the toy and game culture of many adolescents as well. In recent years, they have increased fruit and vegetable options to stay up to date with the organic trends hitting many American cities. Where they particularly excel is around consistency. Whether you're in San Francisco or New York City or Johannesburg or Hong Kong, the McDonald's experience is the same across the board. They may try to localize the menu a bit, but at the end of the day, a French fry tastes the same in your hometown location as it does thousands of miles away. Let's look at an example now that hits more closely to home. Wang Insurance is a small insurance company located in San Francisco, California. Their focus is particularly on customer service. And if you look at their website, they focus a lot on the customer, on helping you. They describe insurance as a relationship and proudly state that one company does not fit all. Their blog series includes modern photography that likely matches the city clientele that they work with on a regular basis. In terms of uniqueness, they have special offerings for certain demographics of their target audience. For example, for any of their policyholders who run an Asian restaurant, they provide a special workers' comp insurance program offering discounts up to 30% off the standard rate. In parallel, they also provide service and materials in big Asian languages such as Mandarin and Cantonese. It's clear that they have a passion for serving their communities, and they do a good job of representing that brand across all dimensions of their business.